Hello and welcome to the Ski Jump Arena Downhill Gravity Racing Series. I'm your host, davidinark. Today we've got the 200BX Preliminaries. Now, just what exactly is the DGRS? Let's find out. In these Downhill Gravity Racing Series preliminaries, vehicles will be taking part at the Ski Jump Arena. They will be positioned so their front tires rest on the shadow of the starting gate. The transmission will be set to realistic, the engine will be turned off, and the brakes let loose. At that point, the vehicle will begin the long descent along the launch ramp. At no point will I attempt to steer or guide the vehicle. Only gravity and friction determine what happens in each run. When the vehicle gets to the bottom of the jump, it makes the climb toward the launch zone. And after the vehicle leaves the launch zone, the goal is to soar over the gap and hit the landing zone. Each driver hopes to get the vehicle to obtain the absolute maximum distance. The base score is calculated from the last line the vehicle passed over before hitting the landing zone. So, if a vehicle lands between 145 meters and 150 meters, it gets 145 points. Now, the landing zone only has marks to 200 meters. So if a vehicle lands beyond the 200 meter mark, but short of the finish line shadow, it gets an additional 25 points. If the vehicle lands beyond the finish line shadow, it racks up an additional 50 points. But that's not the end. As the vehicles slide across the gathering point, it can gain an additional 10 points for hitting the back wall. It's the back wall bonus. Now, the default orbit camera will be focused on the vehicle, and whatever the camera is focused on will determine whether or not the vehicle gets the back wall bonus. Loose tires hitting the back of the wall? Yeah, that's not going to earn you the bonus. After all the preliminaries are over, the qualifying vehicles will face off against each other to narrow the field down to the top 16 vehicles for the championship. If a vehicle doesn't cross the finish line or fails to hit the landing zone, it will be disqualified. These are single elimination prelims, so good luck to each vehicle. All right, first up, we've got the 200BX Maladoris, however you say that, Maladoris, I don't know, anyhow, it's headed down the ramp, cruising down, heading for that initial approach, and it is at about 195 miles an hour, launching at about 162-ish, somewhere in there. Flies over into the landing zone, gonna have a good run to kick things off, slams down at the 155 mark, so that's where that will be marked, 155 points. Will the vehicle make it to the back wall for the back wall bonus? No, it does not. All right, up next, we've got the base model 200BX. Let's see how this one compares to its predecessor, the Maladoris, or however you say that other one. It's probably the last time I'll say that to the very end. Anyhow, about 196 and just under 160 miles an hour, pretty close to it, taking off. Oh, this thing is taking a major nosedive. That looks like that's at about 115 meters. That's where it's going to be officially marked. That is not a good run for the base model, but it did land, which theoretically means it at least qualified to move on, right? So there is that. Ooh, here we go. How about the Type L? Nothing like breaking out these family coupe vehicles, sending them down the ski jump. Oh, he has got some good speed. 196 and about 160 from the launch. Not bad at all. Look at that. Again, though, much like the previous car, major nosedive and exactly the same distance, 115 meters. And I'm afraid that's probably not going to last long in this particular downhill gravity series. But for now, we've got the LS. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the L getting through. Now we've got the LS And we'll see how the LS performs. We'll see if having that little spoiler on the back is going to make any difference whatsoever to keeping this bad boy on the ground, giving it some lift in the air. Look at that. That's a beautiful arc from the LS, and it is definitely sailing. Look at that. That is 175 meters. The front end completely destroyed, but it is well on its way to the back wall. Yes, as a matter of fact, hitting the back wall and getting the back wall bonus. That is a great job from the LS. That's 185 total points as the Special Pursuit Unit, lights flashing, heading down. Let's see how well this vehicle fares as we come down. Not as fast as some of the other ones, which I think is kind of interesting, that the Police Pursuit version just not quite getting as much speed. And here it goes upside down, hitting the mark, and that is going to be officially marked at the 125 meter mark. It is doing a great job of skidding toward the back wall. Will it make it? Oh no. Comes to a grinding halt. Oh man. Up next, we've got the street-tuned 200BX. Now, here's the kicker about this. You can be as tuned as you want, but in this particular race, none of that matters at all. This is all about gravity and friction and keeping it between the lines. Oh, taking a launch at over 162 miles an hour. In fact, I think it was 163. This vehicle slams down at the 130 meter mark. That is actually a very, very nice run. Still has plenty of speed if it can get to the back, but nope. Spinning out of control is never going to get you the back wall bonus. All right, up next, we've got the Dragster. Holy cow. Let's see how the Dragster performs heading down the hill. It is definitely gaining speed, looking good. Oh, it nudges the side wall. However, well, I was going to say it still had pretty good speed, but by the time it left, it was down to about 130. Oh, that is a bummer. 40 whole meters. Not fun at all. Oh, and here we go. Rolling, tumbling. This is not looking good for the Dragster version of the 200BX. Yeah, he's not going to come anywhere close to the back wall. No bonus for him, and just a paltry 40 meters. Now, I'm interested to see what's going to happen here, because this is the drift version. Again, I'm not touching anything. The vehicle is just simply going down the hill. Oh, it is drifting for sure off to the side. Ouch! Slamming into the other side. Got some side action. Ripping off the front end of the vehicle, and that's it. There is no way it's going to make it, and we have our first DNF of the competition. The poor 200BX Drift is out of the contest. Up next, this is what they call the penultimate racer, right? The one before the last one or something. Anyhow, it's the track version, taking a look from inside the cockpit. There we go. Let's just see what this looks like from the inside. Whoosh. Taking off. What a lovely, lovely view that is. As we cycle through the cameras, it comes down and, oh, look at that. Slamming down just short of the 140 meter mark. That's 135 meters with plenty of speed to carry it into the back wall for the bonus. That means that the track edition ends up with 145 points. And now the final vehicle, the Demon. It is heading down the ski jump. It is the final vehicle to run. No engine. Oh, look at that. I think that rear spoiler is certainly helping this bad boy to soar. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, past the 200 mark, slamming into the ground. So that is 200 points plus an additional 25. Will it make it to the back wall? No. No, it will not. Oh, but what a run from the Demon. All right, so here we go with the Ski Jump Arena Downhill Gravity Racing Series 200BX Preliminaries. Woo! All right, in first place, taking it all, the Demon with 225 points. That's followed up by the Type LS with 185 points. The Malodorus, 155 points. The track version, 145. You can see the rest of the scores there, and they all end up at the Dragster with 40 points, and the poor drift vehicle with a DNF, unable to control that drifting tire mechanism heading down the ski jump arena and just absolutely lost control. But that's the nature of the beast. Between the gravity and the friction, so far, drift cars and dragsters not hanging in there with the rest of the crew. Hey, that'll wrap it up for the Ski Jump Arena Downhill Gravity Racing Series 200BX Preliminaries. Tune in for the next episode where we will come up with the next vehicle to take part in the preliminaries. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to Hero of God, GamerGull, and LosWilko for supporting us on Patreon. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you next time. Have a great day.